All right, Pete. So talk to us a little bit. Well, actually, before I get into everything, I wanted to ask, how's your son doing?
My son is excellent. He's flying back from Miami right now.
Man, little guy already on the planes, huh?
He's been on the plane, twice already since he's been born.
That's good. Daddy got to keep winning.
Yes, sir. Daddy's just going to do good with his money.
So talk to us about training camp for this Andy Lee, when you're going to get your title back here. You're holding training camp in California at the Wild Card?
Wild Card West, yes. I'm at the Wild Card West. It's my home. I feel good being there, and it's just like I just got free reign to do what I want over there.
Now, Andy Lee's a guy that is known for coming from behind. He's known to have his power carry late. So what sort of things are you guys working on for to prepare yourself for Andy Lee? Are you bringing in bigger sparring partners, or are you working on more endurance so that the stamina can last in the later rounds?
Well, let's just say that I'm just working on having fireworks come out in any round. I didn't prove that I could fight hard 12 rounds fighting like Hassan Adam, going 12 rounds with him. I dropped him twice in the 12th round. So it's like I didn't prove over and over again I can go hard 12 rounds and not have to be worried about. Of course, through everything in a 12-round fight, you can get winded if you want, but it's about fighting through those barriers to overcome. So that's what I do, is like I find a way to win in every round.
Now, obviously, last November you took a lot of heat, but you told me personally that this year would be big. And sure enough, you got this big fight. It's going to be on the undercard of Lamont Peterson. It's going to be back at the Barclays Center, a place where you're familiar and the fans know you. Without getting too much into detail, obviously everyone's the opinions that they gave last year was because you were turning down a career high payday. So is it safe to say this time around with this Andy Lee situation, you're doing better off than the 1.4 from last year in November? And again, you don't have to give me a number because I know that's something personal, but that a lot of the criticism came from you turning down your highest payday.
So like this, that was record. That was on record money. You know what I'm saying? My money right now is off record money, and I'm definitely comfortable with the money I'm making for this fight. Of course, I didn't went out there and I've done what I've done for 31 fights, and this will be my 32nd fight, fighting for a world title on a big stage, on exposure wise, with NBC covering the fight and making money. You couldn't ask for something better. And overall, I got an overall plan for the rest of the year. So it's like I'm sitting down with my people and I'm feeling comfortable with the way things are being ran.
It seems like there has been a lot of changes in the Haymon boxing stable. Ever since the announcement, just in wardrobe alone, I see all the Haymon boxers, dressed neatly, in suits, no jewelry. Is this something that he's been implementing, or is just this all the boxers getting to a certain maturity level?
Well, I guess we got to put on a certain face working with some big people like NBC. So, but this has been me for a while though. You know what I mean? I'm not so stupid crazy with the jury and just be, like that anyway. But, as far as, what Sugar Ray Leonard told me when he told the guys that you think pay-per-view is big, just wait until you see what this is going to do for you.
Now, speaking of that, obviously that's been the talk of this year is the Haymon boxing takeover, NBC, Spike TV. Now today reports of CBS Network and CBS Sports, and there's rumors of the takeover on ESPN and BET and even Telemundo. All these free networks, is that any added pressure for you? Because now you know that all you have to do is fight, and you're going to be amongst millions and millions of viewers. So is that more pressure for you to always perform at your best because he's just opened it up to so many more households to view you and to get to know you?
Do you think we should act like LeBron or Kobe and all those guys that is being exposed to the whole wide world? I don't think I have to. I just think about just me just keeping my family, number one, keeping my friends that's been there, number two. I mean, I'm keeping God first, number one, keeping my family, number two. And then I got my friends around me. That's my protection, number three. And then I put myself number four. So I got other things that's ahead of everything to worry about more than what's behind me right now. You know, this being exposed to the world and letting people get to be able to see what I do for a living, you know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing. And I just hope that through that, I hope that one little kid get to see me and say, man, I'm inspired to be like a Kid Chocolate, or I'm inspired to see, Kid Chocolate work so hard. He shows me that I can work just as hard and I can accomplish my dreams and goals. So, through that, if I keep that my main focus, I don't have nothing to worry about.
Now, the reason I asked earlier about training is because obviously I wouldn't be a good reporter if I didn't stalk you. So I see that you're doing spin cycle, hot yoga, a lot of new things that I feel has been introduced ever since you got with your wife. Are you nervous at all that the new, training, things that you're doing in training or for cardio could be a bad thing? I mean, we've seen Robert Guerrero go into CrossFit and not look the best for his fight.
Well, I kind of live an active lifestyle. I don't, before I got with my wife, I was always doing a bit from yoga. So that's always been instilled in my training. Outside of camp, I have to stay in shape. So these are some of the things that I usually find myself doing, playing basketball, rock climbing. I'm just trying to live an active lifestyle. So, but as far as the spin classes, it makes me feel good. And, I work hard and I just, I think you got to figure out what works for you and work. I don't use anything to be excuse to do worse. I use every excuse to be better. So, everything that I'm doing, it makes me feel good to be doing it and actually getting to feel like I'm getting the work in.
Well, they call me a little long-winded with my questions, but I say that to say this. It just shows how long I've been following you, that your career is coming full circle. Not too long ago, or a couple of years ago, actually, if not maybe at least 4, you used to be calling out Andy Lee. And he was taking a fight on HBO with Brian Vera, his second one. And now all of a sudden he has the title that you vacated. You have the opportunity to get it back and at the same time make a fight that you've been wanting for a long, long time.
Yes. I wanted to make this fight during St. Patty's Day. When Sergio Martinez fought Matthew Macklin, I tried to be on the undercard fighting Andy Lee, and the fight fell through. And I think Andy, I wasn't sure wasn't interested in the fight then, and and that's the thing. I don't try to say he was scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I find out now that I'm on this level that it's not really because people be scared. Just sometimes things don't be the right timing, or it's not the right agreement, or it's not the right plan. And it's a lot of different things that make fights from not happening. So, I'm very fortunate to fight that is being happen now. And, he's proven he's the champion right now. So I'm coming in there as the challenger. So I'm going to give him that respect until I step in that ring and I lose all respect for him because I want to try to win that belt.
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone would ever question Andy Lee being afraid, especially not of this fight, because while he really wanted to fight Saunders, it's reported that he was willing to vacate his title just to make the fight with you because the money was that much greater. Fortunately, you guys were able to negotiate so that the title is on the line, but you are forced to face Billy Joe Saunders after this if you win. What's your thought on Billy Joe Saunders? Have you even watched him yet?
No. I really just know his name because I hear it all the time. I don't really know nothing about him. I don't focus on him. He focused on me because, honestly, man, I get you the money that you be looking for. I'm very fortunate that I get to come and I can get the people to – it's I can't even say – I'm not to be speaking cocky, man. I'm just glad that I'm worth a lot of money enough to say that guys want to fight me because they know the money's going to be good.
Interesting how this 2015 you've become the A side. Have you felt that already, or have you been feeling that?
Yeah, I mean, when I was offered $1.4 million, that just lets you know my value. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people didn't understand that I was getting some nice money. Not to say I was getting a large amount of money, but I was making some pretty decent money. And, you know, my hard work has got me there. I'm undefeated, man. I turned pro in 2005. 2005, I turned pro, correct? So that's 10 years I've been undefeated. I've been undefeated for 10 years, so that now is coming with a price now. You know, a lot of people want to see me lose, and they want to take my win away from me. So, you know, that's going to come with some type of price. So, you know, I'm just glad that, you know, I'm worth some money, and the hard work that I've been put in, you know, won't never stop, and I'm hopefully going to be worth even more money in the future.
Now, listen, I can't let you go without asking you the obvious. And now you said something in this interview that was key to this answer. You said that now that you're on this level, you understand how the game works. So with that same, with that same thought in mind, how long is it going to take before we see you and Triple G?
Well, he's on HBO. We before Richard Schaefer left Golden Boy, I was willing to fight him. He didn't want it to be off of HBO. He wanted to keep his relationship intact with HBO, and at the time I was on the Showtime. So, you know, I just didn't feel it was like a necessity for me to come off a network I was making money with to go on another network and fight somebody on their grounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think I'm deserving of saying that I accomplished enough to say I should be able to get some credit to say that this is what I would like. And if we could say that it was going to a purse bid between Showtime and HBO at the time, that it was only going to be worth more money. And, you know, and I just give him the respect that he's his own businessman. He's able to fight for his own comfortable reason. And, you know, when the fight is happening, it's the money behind it, it's the right timing, and everybody can agree to it, then the fight will happen. You know, until then, Kid Chocolate is no way, no shape, no how is running from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I give him nothing but respect. I think very high of him, and you know, no champion, no guy, no fighter is worth nobody unless they have worthy challengers. So, you know, I think we are both each other's worth because he's no valuable more than me, and I'm no more valuable than him. And it's almost like we need each other to make that next level next level fight and take us to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And when it happens, it happens. You know, we still been sitting around waiting for Pacquiao. And look, the fight is very close, and I don't know what's going on.
I mean, in this sport, we've introduced words like letting it marinate or build up, and that's kind of what I wanted to get out of you, like how long you think it would take before you get, because obviously on your side of things, on the Haymon side of things, you're going to be busy for the next 6 fights. I mean, you could fight Daniel Jacobs. You could fight, obviously, Billy Joe Saunders. You have to fight next. So that's one fight. Then you got, you know, a possibility with Ndam or Daniel Jacobs. You have a bunch of fighters. So it's really up to Peter Quillin to say, I want to fight Gennady Golovkin, who's the guy on the other side of the world that obviously is also fighting a bunch of people. Like, you guys are not on a collision course, but it seems like you're the best on that side and he's the best on that side.
Well, you know, I'm very fortunate to be able to be considered some of the best in the world. So, you know, like I said, you know, Kid Chocolate is right here. I'm standing strong, and, you know, that being said, you know, hopefully the fight could be made one day. So
would it for that fight to even be possible, it would have to take place on NBC, right? Or one of the Haymon networks?
No, it would have to go through Al Haymon, and we sit down with Al and figure out how the logistics, and that's how it can be made.
Fair enough, fair enough. So now you haven't been in the ring for a long time. So my last question is, what Peter Quillin could we expect?
We're going to expect Kid Chocolate, the one that has always been there, the one that just fought for so many different reasons. I have motivation. Unfortunately, my uncle passed away with cancer, and I see him battle for his life having cancer. So I think about how hard I can fight, just knowing that, you know, I have the choice. You know what I'm saying? I have a choice to be able to be the fighter that my uncle was during the time he was struggling with cancer. So I'm just going to just, you know, fight very hard for that reason, for all the people that's struggling with cancer, you know what I'm saying? And letting them know that you can never give up the fight and that you should fight until there's no more fight left. And, you know, that's what a true fighter does. And with that being said, I also have my son who inspired me to be the best fighter that I can be, step out there and do my best. So, you know, when he gets to the age I understand what his dad is doing, then he's able to say, oh, my dad gave it his all. And I'm blessed with that. And then, you know, I want to be one of the fighters that go up, and I want to thank God, and I want people to see the example God has led me to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm thanking God, and then after you're going to see me like, you know, with a bunch of strippers on my Instagram or chilling. Like, I'm really trying to like do the work of God and do what He sent here me to be, where He want me to be, man, and just work off of that, man.
Do you feel vindicated of all the criticism now that everything has come to light and, you know, your decision proved to be the right decision?
I have no control over the way people feel or think or opinions they have. You know, only thing I would never be a slave towards anybody's opinion. You know, they hated on Jesus, man. So that's what I use. I use that example and just like, I'm going to take, when you're doing something great or doing something positive, of course, the negative wants you to be negative like that, and I just can't focus on that. And I've learned that through this whole obstacle, and I just thought, you know, it was funny to see some. You know what a ghost follower is?
Yeah.
People that don't follow you, but they're watching you. Like
well,
that.
I know exactly what it is.
You know what I'm saying? So I was very amazed to see how many people was actually following me, man, and watching. So it made me feel like I got an interest in life for people to really want to tap in and, you know, don't want to give me that credit by a follow or anything. They just want to just ghost follow me. And it just taught me a lot about myself that I'm just saying, like, man, listen, I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to be a slave to anybody's opinion. I'm going to work hard for my family. As long as we get to eat food and be thankful for each other, what else should I worry about?
So just as a recap here, your decision to not take the Korobov fight proved to be right because, just to recap, you're saying you're being paid.
Wait. Yeah, but it's not even about the money, though, man. Like, that's what we getting confused. So
no,
like
I'm actually going to go down the bullet points.
Yeah, but it's really about all the time. It wasn't the right time for me to step into the ring. My uncle just passed away 2.5 weeks ago of cancer. It was such a hard thing for me to just get out of the place and the state of mind to go into a camp and just not think about my uncle. He's passed along now. I've settled that feeling of knowing that I had no control over his sickness. Okay? That's first and foremost. Number two, I got advised by Al Haymon that the time me jumping back into a camp and going away from a kid that was just born, if I was to decide to fight, he would say, okay, we can fight. But he advised that the time that I didn't have with my kid would be lost and I would never get that time back. Now when I turn back and look at the time, you know, I can do it now. It's almost hard for me to step away and be away from my kid now. But when I look back at that time that I could have lost on my son, I'm very blessed to be able to have that time and spend time with my family and be there with them and show my wife, most importantly, that I can put other things second when it comes to her and my baby. That was the real reason of everything. It's not just about the money. When they offered me $1.4 million, that just let me know how much I was worth. And it was so crazy. Andy Lee, and he fought for my belt, correct? The money wasn't worth the same thing anymore. So what does that mean? That I was worth the money. So when it all said and done, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm making some nice money for this fight. I don't want to even say that, how much I'm making, but it wasn't at the point if it was 1 million, 1.4, whatever the case, whatever it is I'm getting paid, it wasn't going to be worth me getting to spend time with my son and getting that completion out of my heart of my uncle passing away of cancer. It's the hardest thing I ever had to deal with in my whole life. Like, this is the hardest thing I ever had to deal with my whole life is my uncle passing of cancer. I'm just now being able to talk about it. You know, it was a hard thing for me. So, like, before people look at the money, money don't buy happiness. Money don't buy a smile. When my uncle dropped a tear and told me he was proud of me, I was okay. That was my closure that I needed. That's all I needed for him to tell me that. I paid his bills until he passed away. I've been paying his phone bill before I knew he was sick. When I found out he was sick, I continued to help him out with his bills, brother.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, obviously.
It's all right, man. You know, I wouldn't want nobody to ever go through that, bro. Like, I see my uncle holding on for life, like telling himself that what he want to do if he got to survive, man. You know what I'm saying? That was hard for me, to see somebody fight that hard to tell themselves that. And his only worry was if he was going to make it to heaven or not. That was his only worry. You know, like that right there, man, I'm telling you, bro, that gave me so much inspiration that I know Andy Lee is not going to beat me, man. Only for that reason. I know what I fight for. I know. I didn't show people over and over again with 31 fights how hard I can fight. As much as they think I'm not able to win, this and that, like, I'm not scared of nobody, brother. Like, I done been in the street, and I'm not using my victim story as a child to try to say people should feel sorry for me, but I fight with that. I fight with all that. I fight with my mom not being like the best mom she can fucking be to me. You know, I fight with all that, and I forgave her, and I kept to my word and I told her when she needs me, I'm going to be there for her, and I'm not going to be like how she was to me. So I kept my word on that, and I'm thanking God every day that I could have had a black heart towards everybody. People that tell me they can't. They think the fans is telling me that I can't do it or this and that about some money and some shit like that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I've been told my whole life what I couldn't do. That I wasn't going to be able to make it here or be here. I changed that, and I showed people what I'm capable of doing. I went out there and became a champion already when people thought that I had a guy tell me in my face that he betted against me. And I looked at his shoes and I said, you betting on fights and you don't even got a pair of clean shoes, cuz? Like, you got your priorities fucked up. You're going to lose your fucking money, and what I want to do is give you your money back so you can buy you some new motherfucking shoes. Because you shouldn't be betting no fucking money. You look like you should be keeping on. But motherfuckers is prepared to do the most negative shit to get underneath somebody. But I don't. I'm thick-skinned. My dad was away. I had to be the leader of my family, and I'm still the leader of my family. People think it's easy to be in my motherfucking shoes. It's not easy. Like, I do so much shit for people, man. I pay this person bill. I does this. I do this. I do that. I have to deal with all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people count on me. They depend on me. And I take that responsibility kind-hearted because I know it was a responsibility God knew I was strong enough to handle. So when people say I turned down 1.4, by the time that 1.4 would have got to me, it wouldn't have been for 1.4. Probably wouldn't even, it wouldn't have been $1 million. I live in New York. I pay 40% taxes, bro. People think it's easy for somebody that never made $1 million or close to $1 million. I done made over $3 million in my career. I made that. I definitely made that. I own a house. I own my cars, you know. And not to be glorifying, you know, possessions that can burn. I believe all that shit can burn. Money even burn. Money burns. You work so hard for money. How easy does it burn? It burns so fucking easy. So somebody that prioritizes their life around money only, money, they forget that half of these motherfucking boxers after their career is broke. They don't got shit. I'm not trying to be that.
Well, we don't believe you are, man. You're already making the, like I said, I was just recapping that you made the appropriate decision because evidently coming full circle to things, you know, you're in a better position. The fight is going to be nationally televised now. It's going to be on NBC. You know, it's going to be still in the Barclays Center, just not the Madison Square Garden, which is really no difference. You know, do you feel like this is the main event, though, because of everything that surrounded yourself over the months? You think that this is the main event? Like, people have been waiting to see you fight?
Well, I look at it like this, you know. Actually, Danny Garcia and Lamont Peterson are both good friends of mine. I fucks with them both. So I hate to see my brothers in boxing fight, but, you know, I understand the business and everybody trying to accomplish what they can. But I know Kid Chocolate is only worried about Andy Lee. That's the guy that's going to be trying to take my head off and swing and get me out of there and keep his belt. And I'm trying to take that belt away from him. I'm trying to prove that I can win again and I could be the champ for the second time. Andy Lou got more, he got to prove that he can win again and not lose again and also defend his title. I don't have as many worries as he do. And I've been on the stage once before, you know what I mean? I fought at the Barclay. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get up in there and I'm going to worry about that. And, you know, the people that want to support it, I just hope they inspired. You know, no matter if I'm on the undercard or on the main event, I'm going to treat it the same way because that's just who I am.
Well, Pete, let me let you go, man. You gave me enough, and as always, I appreciate it, brother. Our interviews are always explosive, man, and I thank you for that. And I wish you the best at this fight. I'll definitely be there live.
All right, thank you. God bless you, brother.